Alright students, let's take a look at your CAD practical test drawing. We're going to begin by looking at the overall dimensions. We have an overall width of 4.5 plus the radius of this outside arc of 1.5. We have an overall height of 5, and over here we have several other dimensions that show us the locations of these different features. Yes, sir. Okay. All right, let's continue. We have some notes on here that we may not be familiar with. The first one is this dimension right here that says 0.5 TYP. TYP stands for typical, and whenever you see that, then it is safe to assume that similar dimensions are going to be the same distance. So from the edge to the center of this hole is 0.5, and it would be the same thing over here, and over here. We also have the same dimension, 0.5 TYP, for the vertical spacing of all 4 holes as well. And then finally, this dimension right here, the diameter of 0.5, 4 holes, it tells you that all 4 of these are the same diameter of 0.5. The other hole right over here is a diameter of 1.5, and you can see that the center point is located from this top edge 2.5 inches down, and already up here 4.5 inches over. The depth is shown right up here of 1 inch. So here's our isometric. We can kind of identify all these different features in this shape, and I think we're ready to begin. So in Inventor, you're going to create a new part, and you're going to start a 2D sketch on the XY plane. Now I like to go ahead and scoot this down so that I have plenty of room, and I'll even zoom out a little bit to make sure that I can fit everything on the screen. I'm going to try to draw this as close to the size I need as possible, but you're going to see that when I draw it, I will not try to draw this arc at the same time that I draw the rest of the shape. So let's look at what that'll look like. I'm going to draw a line. It's going to start here and go this way approximately that distance. I'm not zoomed out far enough for it to be exact. We go up and over and then up. I am letting Inventor grab vertical. I'm letting Inventor grab perpendicular. All these constraints will just help me dimension this shape. Before I put the arc in there, I'm actually going to go ahead and put some dimensions on it to get it close to the right size. So let's go ahead and dimension our biggest dimensions first, 5 and 4.5. So the height is 5. Go ahead and put in that. And then the distance from this line to this line is 4.5. Now that we have the large dimensions on there, we can work on the smaller dimensions. The distance from the left edge to this corner is 3. So I'll dimension from the left edge to this corner as 3. And notice that those actually grabbed a constraint called collinear, and that kept those matched up. We also have a dimension from this top edge to this line right here as 1. So in Inventor, we'll go ahead and put that dimension in from the top edge to this line as 1. And I believe the same dimension exists on the bottom, or it's not shown here because it doesn't have to be shown. But if we do the math, 2.5, 2.5 is 5. So we'll go ahead and put that dimension in here as well. This should be 1 as well. Now we should not have to dimension this, but I'm just going to check it, and it tells me that we don't have to, so we're good. Everything here is dimensioned. Now we need to look at this round arc, and y'all know I don't like arcs, so I'm going to draw a circle, but I'm going to grab this midpoint. See that big green dot? That's the midpoint. And grab this endpoint, and then I'm going to use the trim tool to remove the parts that I don't want. Now it took away our dimension, so we do need to add back in our dimension to that center point, and we also need to dimension the actual size of the arc. It also wants a dimension for the position this direction. Now we need to look at the holes that'll be in this part. We can go ahead and draw those at the same time. Grabbing the same center point, I can dimension or draw that circle, draw a little circle, and I'm not being real picky here because sometimes you can get in trouble if it gets too many constraints. So I try to draw those kind of messy on purpose. This one has a diameter of 1.5, and notice that Autodesk automatically went to diameter for a circle, and it automatically did arc as a radius. All four of these have a diameter of 0.5, and we'll just punch these in real fast. Lest my timer's going to catch me. And then these are all positioned 0.5 from their edges, and then 0.5 from the vertical edge. So a circle needs 3 dimensions. It needs a diameter, which I've already added, sorry, and it needs 2 location dimensions to tell it where it exists in space. Where in this world does it live? So 0.5 from all these edges. Is there a faster way to do this? Yes. Are we ready for it? No. So we just go through the slow process of dimensioning. Everything should be fully dimensioned now, so we can finish our sketch. And we want to extrude it for the depth. The depth was 1, so we come back over here and extrude. It will not automatically choose the profile because of the circles. So you have to click inside the shape one time, and it'll pick that. Make sure your distance is 1, and then say OK. And students, that is all there is to it, to drawing your CAD practical test. Good luck.